During their E3 press conference, Microsoft announced something that I never thought they were going to do. They are remaking Phantom Dust, a relatively obscure cult classic for the original Xbox. Personally, I'm very excited, but a lot of people were left wondering, what is Phantom Dust, and why is Microsoft remaking it? Phantom Dust was the brainchild of Yukio Fudatsugi, the man behind Panzer Dragoon series. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic Earth, one covered in a strange and mysterious dust that causes memory loss, but which also allows some humans to harness immense psychic powers. Humans have no past, and have mostly fled underground to escape the dust, but a few, called Espers, can control the power and survive for a limited period of time on the surface. Trying to describe Phantom Dust's mechanics can be a bit tricky because it defies normal genres. Imagine if Magic the Gathering was a third-person arena fighting game. Skills will spawn on the ground, and players will then pick them up and bind them to a specific button. Much like a card game, skills vary in terms of utility. Some are used for attack, others for movement, and others for defense and status. They also vary in usage, with some skills being one-offs and others allowing for multiple uses. As the game progresses, the player ends up customizing what skills spawn by building an arsenal, which is sort of similar to a deck in something like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone. Phantom Dust was well ahead of its time. It had amazingly solid Xbox Live support when that was far from the norm in consoles, killer design, and an amazingly weird soundtrack that included techno reinterpretations of classical music mixed with jazz, and inexplicably a single from Buffalo 66 actor Vincent Gallo. So why is it so unknown? Though it was developed by Microsoft Game Studios and released by Microsoft in Japan, it was basically sent to die at retail. It had an incredibly limited release in North America, in part because it was published by Majesco. Another fault was that on some level the game was a little too ahead of its time. Online functionality on consoles was nowhere near as robust as it is now, and the hard sell premise and design of the game has let it flounder in obscurity for all these years. If it had been released in the last 4 years, or 8 years, you probably wouldn't need to Google it because it would have been immensely successful. As it stands though, the only way to play it is with an original Xbox or a 360, but you can't play it online because all the servers were shut down ages ago. But the reason why it's being made is ultimately because a true fan will not let something good ever die. Earthbound, Psychonauts, Okami, Suikoden 2, there will always be someone to champion a game that didn't get a fair shake. To raise a banner and say, God damn it, this was good, this was brilliant, and it was misunderstood. And sometimes those people end up working at a place like Microsoft, or sometimes they end up working at a place like here, at Kotaku. And they get a chance to remind people of how brilliant these experiences were, and about what we can learn from them. True fans just won't let something special die quietly in the night. So what is Phantom Dust? It's a wonderful game, a game that I still love, and one that deserves a second chance.
And it's a game about dodging bullets, and I'm not getting shot at yet. So basically, as I move forward, time speeds up, or time starts going normal speed, and as I sit still, time doesn't move at all.